Hi, everyone. Once again, this is Ryan Vickers with Reach for the Top, National Championship host. And earlier in the day, we talked to our 5 Eastern teams. And now we're going to talk to our 5 Western teams. First up is Weber Academy from Calgary, Alberta. Their captain is Cheyenne. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Ryan.
Thank you for being here. I hope you've had an enjoyable day. I trust a good day full of good competitive games.
Yeah, it was a good day, fun day playing Reach. We had some close games.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Now, we talked earlier about one school's history was it's got history. We're not sure about this. I'm not meaning to ambush you, but you guys told us your school has any history. Mr. Rose, our coach, is older than our school. Would you like to qualify that?
Well, our school was founded, I think, sometime in the 90s. So Mr. Rose is
okay.
So Mr. Rose is older than our school.
That's fair. It didn't, in my mind, it did not process that well. I realize here that you won a game by 30 points at provincials. Is that the kind of thing when you get down to the nitty gritty and you see in those final snappers, there is a concern that it might not go the way you'd like it to?
Yeah, I think definitely based on like the pace, especially if you're sort of leading into the snappers and then you don't feel like you had a good run in the snappers, it can feel that you might have lost, but in reality you did win. So that 30-point game was quite close.
Well, and we don't always have a situation where you can track the points, right? And to that point, it's also good because I like the theory we've heard earlier today about playing 10 points behind, mostly because you don't want to be saddened when you're mathematically eliminated, when there's just not enough questions to go around. Although I guess maybe we'll change it to you'll have final reach for the top and you can wager some of your points. You never know; these things are possible. So, apparently, you guys, how does your team meet? Cheyenne, do you want to explain about that? How your team meetings go?
Well, so we usually have practice on Monday nights around 7:30. That's when it's set in the calendar, but usually we're starting around 7:40, 7:45 because we wait for some members of our group, a WAD mostly, to log on.
Wait a minute.
A bit late.
Is that fair to do that to a WAD?
He sort of deserves it. He's worked on it. He got better in the last couple of weeks, but for most of the year, he's been known to show up a bit late.
I find this amazing. We're discussing time management at this point. And now I'm kind of curious because we asked you guys some fun questions too. I'm not familiar with biryani. Is that something that's big for your team when you guys are looking at what kind of food you like to eat?
Well, a lot of us, so both me and Awad were from Pakistan. So
Okay,
a popular dish there is biryani. So it's quite a nice dish. It's spicy and flavorful. So you have fish biryani, lamb biryani, chicken biryani, and veggie biryani, all these different ones. So you have like meat and with rice and it's all flavored. So it's a pretty nice dish.
I don't think I've ever had that, but as someone who has moved into the realm of vegetarianism, I look forward to trying something. So we'll have to talk after for that. Any thoughts from the tournament today going forth for tomorrow, whether you end up in the playoffs or the consolation pool?
I think it's looking close for the Alberta teams to see who ends up in the consolation pool and who ends up towards the finals.
And is that something that has sort of continued together with the Alberta teams? There's a good camaraderie there.
Yeah, we actually did do some practices together before
nice.
Nationals. So yeah, we have some camaraderie built up.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Cheyenne, for participating, and we'll see how it all turns out.
Thank you as well, Ryan.
All right, we are heading west to the University Transition Program with Vlad. Vlad, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How was your day today? Do you have a good, enjoyable day, I hope?
Yep, it was very exciting today, just playing nationals.
Excellent. And I understand that a lot of your team members are a little younger than the other players we have here. Is that correct?
Yeah, so on our team we have 6 members, and our 2 oldest members are myself and Mia, who are 16. And then we also have a couple of 15-year-olds and a 14 and a 13-year-old, in fact.
That's pretty impressive. Was that a difficult road to face in provincials? Did people underestimate you because of your youth?
To some degree, but the teams we primarily play in provincials, like we've played each other in years past, so there was already some rivalry and also camaraderie to some degree, so we knew each other pretty well.
And I understand that you, we all here at Reach, we know who Margaret Atwood is. And we know that is, for some people, that's a standby answer. And my dream, one of my dreams at Reach is that Margaret Atwood will show up and read some questions at Nationals one year. You never know. But I understand you guys got 40 points as kind of a lark. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we were having a practice, and it was just amongst ourselves, and then was regarding all the specified as an author, I think, of poetry, and one of our team members just randomly guessed Margaret Atwood and got 40 points.
Nice. And did that shock the other team who wished that maybe they had done the same thing?
Well, there was laughter for about 2 minutes, so probably, yeah.
So I'm hoping that wasn't a timed round then?
No, that one, luckily.
Oh, that's good. Your team said your keys to becoming successful at Reach were doing a lot of reading outside of school. What would you suggest if someone was new to Reach, as opposed to just saying play the packs? What would you suggest as a good resource?
So personally, I think a lot of time, like a lot of the questions in Reach, they focus on current events. So either just by watching the news or reading the newspaper, which are now mostly online, just like trying to keep up to date what's going on, especially outside of Canada, I just find this really helpful to preparing.
Excellent. And you folks, your team also, Vlad said, watch a lot of Jeopardy. So I'm going to put you on the spot. If you are the producer, who gets the new hosting gig? And you're welcome to decline if you don't want to stake your claim.
I'm not sure who get it. I think Jennings, I think he definitely deserves it, but I'm not sure if he's interested.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. That's a very well structured answer, Vlad. Well done. I appreciate that. Any thoughts for the competition for tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I believe right now we're probably going into relegation, but I just want to say I'm really proud of my team and our coach, and also thanking the organizers for everything they've done. So I think we're just looking forward to going into this and having fun.
Well, that's great to hear, and we do appreciate teams from all across Canada when they participate. And I know personally, I played Reach as a student and never made it this far, and I always find I live vicariously through all of you folks. So thank you, Vlad. Thank you for UTP, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are going to stay in British Columbia, and we're going to hop over to Alyssa from Sir Winston Churchill. I wish to apologize, Alyssa. I almost said you were from Churchill, Manitoba, because that is on my destination list, but that is not where we're at. How was your day, Alyssa?
Pretty good. Kind of stressful because it's like, nationals, but I think we tried our best and we had fun. So
yeah. And it's in a little different situation because we are all playing nationals together, but we're in our own homes playing it remotely. What do you think your team's success was leading up to nationals?
Well, obviously just making it to nationals like as a whole is successful. We did pretty good during like the regular season within the other BC schools. I guess, winning games, I guess, is a success. So
that's fair. And you know what? I had the pleasure of getting to talk to a lot of the BC coaches early in the season. And you've got a really strong network of coaches that want to put together good tournaments. So I know that's always something that's very, very welcome. I like your explanation of your practices. We read packs like a game and answer the questions. And we joke a lot. Do you find keeping hanging loose? Wow, I'm showing my age. Keeping loose is something that makes your team successful?
Maybe not necessarily. Successful is not the word I would use, as like we're not like super serious practicing, but like it makes it a more enjoyable experience overall. Like we have some teammates who like will say questions, and every time they get a question right, they're like, yeah, boy, let's go, and stuff like that. Especially like if they get a question like a really hard one, like we like applaud, we laugh, and it's like fun.
So now do you have, I'm always curious to know this. I know what a lot of people go for literature questions. Is there any kind of stock answer that you folks give for any particular category in case something just isn't going to work?
Margaret Atwood, because it's like Margaret you have Atwood, to. Yes. We didn't do it a ton this year, but like sometimes when it's like, what province is this in? Like it was always Manitoba, so we'd say that. Fair.
So you know what, you've got to, if it's a province specifically, you've got a 1 in 10 chance. So it's,
I'm always
flummoxed when I've met teams at more of the league level that won't take a chance at that. And you think, well, you might as well go for it. Worst is going to happen is the other team gets 1 out of 9. So
Yeah.
now it's at the time we're airing this on YouTube, it's about dinner time, a little past dinner time here in Eastern Canada. And when we asked you folks to tell us your favorite foods, you said Nanaimo bars. Now, I have never had a Nanaimo bar, which is, I know, is an absolute crime. And I see folks on the YouTube stream can't see this, but there's a lot of sort of gaping mouths.
You may just watch it.
Is there a specific Nanaimo bar I should search out the next time I get to British Columbia?
I mean, I haven't tasted like every single Nanaimo bar, so I don't necessarily have like a favorite place, but it's really good. I don't have them often enough, but like the custard layer, the chocolate, the bottom layer, it's so good. You need to have it.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, we appreciate you being here. Any thoughts for tomorrow?
We're just gonna try and have fun and do our best and hopefully end the year with a bang.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
And I guess where you are, enjoy your afternoon and hopefully some sun.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna jump over to Alberta, and we've got Rennert is Evan. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you doing?
I'm great, Ryan. How are you?
Well, couldn't be better. I'm living the dream, and I get to host a quiz show, so it's all good that way. How did your day go?
Oh, my day went very, very well. How did your day go?
Well, good. Thank you for asking. I had a wonderful time meeting people like yourselves, and for dinner, I had a chickpea sandwich from a local.
Oh, good man. Good man. I had a gyro from a Greek place down the street. That was wonderful. Kind of, made me feel a bit heavy for a little bit, but.
Are you able to share, if it's family friendly, I hope, what's on your mug?
Oh, that's me. That's a picture of me, actually. Yeah, in my blue plaid suit, very stylish. But yeah, that's me. This is my son.
Now, Evan, far be it for me to ask, was that a gift or did you gift yourself that mug?
This was a gift. Earlier this year, I ended up going to speech and debate nationals, and
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. What ended up happening is I ranked relatively high, so as a gift, my coach got me this mug with a picture of my face on it, but it has a quote, and it says, "Yeah, I'll take your POI." And if you know anything about speech and debate, specifically debate, is that you can give, like, while the other team is speaking, you can give what's called a POI, which is where you pipe up, you raise your hand, and the person on the other team can take it in the middle of their speech, where you ask a quick question or a comment of some variety. But the team that I was going against, it was getting very frustrating. They were making some annoying points. So, naturally, when they offered me a POI being so, irritating, I ended up just very snidely replying, "Yeah, I'll take your POI." And now I have that permanently engraved on my mug, so I can live that down until the day I die.
I have 1 point and 1 question as a follow-up. My point is that I think that's a better gift than I got when I lost in a game show 15 years ago and someone bought me a crock pot, although it does make good chili, I'll give you that. And my question is, something like speech and debate, do you feel that is a great transfer skill to have coming over to Reach?
To a degree, yeah. I think for speech and debate, you have to have a pretty good amount of content knowledge. Otherwise, your speech will be, very bad. But the content knowledge aspect obviously transfers very well to Reach. And the public speaking and confidence element also goes very well with it. It's good to go into the Reach for the Top game with a certain level of suave and debonair. And that comes with the speech and debate. So
now, there is something to having confidence. You don't want to be over the top on it, but yes, a bit of confidence. Now, I understand at your provincial tournament, there were some tiebreakers involved. Is this correct?
Yes, there were. You heard about the was it cricket or croquet incident? Yeah.
No, I have not, and I dare ask, but here we go.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what ended up happening is one of our deciding games for the provincial tournament. The first tiebreaker was how many holes were there in a game of croquet? How many rings? You see how memorable the question actually was. But I absolutely guessed with the answer of 18, and that won us the game. So that was
Oh, wow.
a nice chance of fate moment there. But yeah.
Well, it's interesting you bring up tiebreakers. I was helping for a league game at one point this season, and we ran out of tiebreakers in the pack. We actually went to 11 tiebreakers, and I've been doing this for 20 years. We've never gone that far. It was insane. So I can imagine just one tiebreaker is something that's kind of crazy. So
Yeah, no kidding.
Thoughts for tomorrow?
Thoughts for tomorrow? Well, I'll try to get a good night's sleep, eat a healthy breakfast, come to the Renard School building, which I'm in right now,
Okay.
play reach, win, lose, doesn't matter. And then I'll probably go buy a plate of chicken shawarma after to celebrate.
And listen, Evan, before I move on to my final guest of the evening of the students, we're just wondering, when is your talk show premiering?
Oh, today. This is the first episode. Ryan, I'm sorry, but this is my show now.
Okay.
I'm removing you as host.
Okay.
Yeah,
Andy,
I'm gonna
can
need
we
you to
do
turn
that?
your camera off and be muted.
We're gonna entertain this?
Oh yeah, I'll entertain this. If you'd like, I
Sure.
can interview the next competitor too.
Well, I hear while Ellen is stepping down and Kelly Clarkson's getting her time
As she
slot,
should,
there's
yeah.
going to be some openings, right? So
Yeah, exactly. I'll be taking over the Ellen show actually, so that's
Okay.
phenomenal as well. Yeah.
fair enough. I wish you the best with the Game of Games spinoff. So thank you so much, Evan. I appreciate it.
Thank you all very much. Have a good night. Reach for the top. Godspeed, and remember.
Well, our next guest is Andy from Eric Hamber. I don't know, Andy. It's going to be kind of tough, to follow the comedy stylings
True.
of Evan.
Although
But,
I would
we'll
say
try.
the Evan show sounds pretty catchy.
Yeah, I think I can get
The
well
Evan
from
show?
Ellen to
Yeah.
Evan, right? So,
Yeah.
so Andy, how did your day go for Eric
Yeah.
Hamber?
I would say we started off not so great, and then it gradually, I think, got a little bit better near the end. So by the time it was lunch break, we were 0-2. And so our team kind of thought, there wasn't too big of a chance of us making it past. But then we, put our hands together virtually, and then we decided to give it our best shot. And so in the afternoon, we pulled through and came through with some wins.
Excellent. And now you, I'm sure you're aware of this, but Eric Hamber in recent years has done quite well at nationals, even making a run and being national runners up a few years ago. Have you heard anything from those players sort of giving you some advice?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I personally know a lot of them just because, they would still be at Hamber when I was at Hamber. And so we played together. And I actually went to nationals in 2019 with that kind of group
Excellent.
as well.
So you've had that experience then?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm really excited for the rest of my team members to get to experience that next year because I'm grade 12 now. So sadly, I won't get to go, but the rest of my team members will.
Well, hopefully, you'll come back, be a reader, or maybe
Yeah,
write
for sure.
or whatnot. And we know that we've got some feelers out for that way.
Yeah.
What do you think sort of clinched it for your team to get through BC this year?
I think we definitely practiced a lot. We spent a lot of time with online and in-person practices. So we had 2 online practices per week plus 1 in-person practice. So we had, probably close to 5-ish hours per week of reach practice. Obviously, not everybody came to everything, but I think that definitely helped us. Just our team was very dedicated, and we spent a lot of time practicing.
And you know what I think dedication is? I actually, from working with some other groups, I calculated that out of 31 days this month, I've been involved in quizzing 21 of those 31. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, Andy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but you know what? It's kind of fun, and especially what we're all, working through right now. It's fun to keep busy and work in the quizzing.
For sure.
I'm just thankfully I don't have to answer the questions anymore. So.
Although, yeah, it'd be cool to see or to experience what it would be like on your side of things, right?
You know what? And I've been there too. It's I always joke that in my mind growing up, that Reach for the Top had a 25-story building in downtown Toronto where all the writers were hammering away on typewriters. That's not necessarily the case. We obviously had headquarters in Toronto, but
Right.
not that big, mind you.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But you know what? And that's the thing, Andy. When you're done, please do come and join us as a reader or something like that, because you've been there and you can talk to it, right? So
Right, for sure.
Thoughts for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we just want to put our best foot forward. One of our players actually couldn't come today, so he'll show up tomorrow, and hopefully that'll bring us take us to new heights, and we'll see how we do tomorrow.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Andy. We'll wait on the final standings. We'll have those in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
My pleasure. Next up, we have, let me check my cards. Jay Misik, I believe. Is there a Jay Misik here?
Howdy.
Oh, hi. Hello, young feller. Yes, I'd like you to introduce Jay Misik, who is in charge of our alumni department here at Reach for the Top. And Jay, do you want to tell us what's coming up?
Yeah. So, well, a lot of you have seen me at some point today, either running the categories or judging and stuff. But as Mr. Vickers has said, I'm also running alumni events. We've been doing them for a few years now. They're meant to help alumni to reconnect with each other. And also they help out the Reach for the Top Foundation. So they help out with raising money for the bursaries and whatnot. Typically we do trivia events, and especially due to COVID, they are virtual trivia events. Hopefully we can go back to some live ones in the relatively near future. However, in June, actually, we have a online pub trivia style event. Don't worry if you're underage. You do it from your own home.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for clarifying that, Jay. I do appreciate that.
you do not need to drink. You may have water or pop or whatever else, but it is open to anyone who is a Reach alumnus, alumna, a coach, former coach. If you are a grade 12 and you are graduating, you are eligible to play. Even if you are not graduating, but you have teammates who are alumni, then you are eligible to play. This is open to pretty much anyone. Teams just need to have an alumnus associated with them. Our last event that we had online, we had people playing from Utah, we had people playing in Louisiana, we had people playing in Newfoundland, people playing in BC, a whole bunch in Ontario. We had one person playing from England. So yeah, we had alumni who played in the 70s. We had alumni who played last year. So it's a good opportunity for you to get to meet some players from different time periods.
Just for clarification, Jay, I noticed you said we had someone join us from England. Now, to speak to that, will we be adjusting the timing? So we'll be starting at, say, 3 a.m. Eastern for our English friends. Will that be happening this time?
No.
No.
If you're going to join from England, you should know what you're getting yourself into.
And also, just a reminder, folks, here at Reach the Top, we do have an official soda pop that sponsors us. We always encourage you to reach for your Tab. Yes, Tab, the pop from the 70s.
So as far as the date and the times and stuff like that.
Notice, folks, he just moved on from that. But go on, Jay. Yes.
Yeah. We're aiming for June 26th. It is a Saturday. It's at the end of June. Hopefully it's well enough before Canada Day long weekend that you're not going to be at your cottage or whatever. And for those of you that are in school right now, it should hopefully be after exams are done. So hopefully it's not too much of a stressful thing to join us on a Saturday night. It will start at 7:30 Eastern time and run till approximately 10:30. Although the last couple events will be done by 10:30, but we leave the breakout rooms open and the main room open for people to mingle and chat for about an hour or so afterwards. We're trying to arrange something of like a mini talent show, possibly. An impromptu one broke out at the last one, which was kind of amusing. We had someone playing their guitar and then someone else sang a song. So if anyone wants to participate and has some sort of talent they want to show off during score check times or breaks or intermission, then feel free to reach out.
My hope with that, Jay, is that someone does that sort of the dice shaking when you stack the dice. That I'd like to see. So if you could practice that for a month time from now. So.
We'll see what we can do.
So where can people sign up, Jay?
So people can sign up by getting in touch with me. If you send an email to mail@reachforthetop.org or com. It was posted in the chat a long time ago, but if someone else could repost
so,
that.
And we'll be posting that on our social
and we'll send out information in the newsletter and stuff. So you can sign up through that. Just make sure you put in the subject line alumni tournament, or put my name on there, attention Jay Misik or whatever, and then I'll make sure to add you to the list. You can have up to 6 people on a team, as I said, so long as at least one person on your team is an alumnus or a coach or even a staffer or something, someone who's done Reach and knows what
has a connection, basically, right?
Yeah, has a connection to Reach. Then your team can be like 5 cats and 1 Reach alumnus, like whatever.
Will they be cool cats?
They don't even have to be cool cats. They can
they be stray cats?
They can be lame cats. They can be whatever. Like, the sky's the limit. Just make sure that there's an alumnus on your team. It is an alumni event. And yeah, trying to think if there's
thank you, Jay.
else, but
I appreciate that.
And it's also good that even if you can't make that one, get in touch anyways, so that we can add you to our list for, again, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe we can do some sort of live events or sometime in the near future, and we can arrange some other stuff. So we usually try to do 1, 2, probably 2 to 4 events in a year, depending on how things go. So
perfect. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that, Jay. And just before I get to our tournament, one of our tournament directors, Andy Saunders, I want to let our players know that we are in the process of organizing a bilingual game between our friends with Génie en Air. So if you're interested in participating, you can send an email with my name, Ryan Vickers, to mail@reachforthetop.org. Andy, I believe it's over to you. Just as a backup, I'm going to use my highly high-tech whiteboard in case we need the build-up.
So,
oh yeah, spoiler, Andy's going to tell you how it went.
Yeah, spoiler, Andy's going to tell you how it went. So here's the deal. We've all gone through 5 games. Congratulations, well done. We've made it through Saturday. And the 10 teams in order. Let's start at the top.
Okay.
Seed number 1 going into tomorrow. Your first game will be a semi-final. At 5-0, the only 5-0 team today, 2,530 points. Glebe Collegiate Institute from Ontario. Glebe finishes at number 1, finishing second. 4-1, 2,150 points. Lisker Collegiate Institute. So 1 and 2 from Ottawa, both getting byes straight through to the semi-final. Your first game tomorrow will be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Finishing in 3rd place at 4-1 as well, 2,010 points. The University of Toronto Schools from Ontario. So you will be playing in a quarterfinal at noon Eastern against the 6th seed. Finishing in 4th. At 3-2, 1,600 points from British Columbia, Eric Hamber Secondary School.
Congratulations, Eric Hamber.
And your opponents in the quarterfinal at 9. This is at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. Your opponents also finished at 3-2. This team at 1,360 points from Quebec, Dawson College. So we have Eric Hamber and Dawson College in one quarterfinal. The other,
Andy, is it possible that we got a 2 and 3 that squeaked through? Did it happen?
Did it happen? It did happen. A 2 and 3 made it through. So
damn straight, baby.
It went down. It came down to points, and at 1,660 points, finishing in 6th place, your opponents will be UTS tomorrow morning. Congratulations to Weber Academy finishing 6th. So that quarterfinal, once again, is at noon Eastern, is at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Finishing 7th And playing in a consolation semifinal, 2 and 3, 1,540 points, Rennert School from Alberta. Finishing 8th, I'll let Ryan put it up. There we go. Finishing 8th, 2 and 3, 1,330 points from New Brunswick, Kennebecasis Valley High School.
I can pronounce your name, Kennebecasis, but I apologize. I cannot spell it that quickly. I do apologize. I'll work on that.
Okay, so Kennebecasis Valley in the consolation semifinal will play the 9th seed.
Thank you.
And this game will be at 1 p.m. Atlantic time and 9 a.m. Pacific. A team from British Columbia, the University Transition Program, UTP. So UTP and Kennebecasis Valley will play in one of the 2 consolation semifinals. The other one is between Rennert and the 10th place team, Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School from British Columbia. And that game will take place at, once again, that is 10 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific. Those are your 10 teams from today's games in order on Ryan's whiteboard there. Once
Congratulations,
again,
everyone.
Congratulations, everyone. The full standings, once again, bit.ly/Reach Nationals 2021. Reach and National, the R in Reach and N in Nationals are capitalized. So, thank you all so much for playing today. Ryan, I'll let you say a couple words to finish up.
I just want to say thank you to all our participants, coaches, spectators, and also to those who gave up their day today to read for us, score for us, tournament director, what have you. We will see you all back at, I guess, various times tomorrow, but we look forward to having you. And that's that. Congratulations on everyone. Great job. And we're officially done day 1 of 2.